Hello from Lloyd BMW. Today we have a X1. This one is in the xLine trim, so you get the leather interior. It's got the 2-litre diesel engine in the 18D guise, so it's 150 brake horsepower turbo diesel. And this is the sDrive model, so this is the front wheel drive as opposed to xDrive, which would be 4-wheel drive. Finished in this really nice shade of white. You've also got the 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Let's get zoomed in there. So that's an Orbit grey wheel which has been diamond cut to give you that two-tone finish. Being the xLine, you also get the grey plastic sort of linings to the arches. Gives a little bit more protection. There you go. Right, on the inside of the car we have a black leather interior. So you can get zoomed in. It's got quite a nice little contrast grey stitching on there as well. This car's fitted with the 8-speed automatic gearbox. Let's get in. Keyless start, so foot on the brake. As long as you've got the keys on you, press the start button and the car will start. 14,000 miles to its next service. The car, you can see, you can get zoomed in there. Only done 3,978 miles, so not many miles at all. As I mentioned, 8-speed automatic gearbox. Obviously just leave it in drive, so button in on the side, down to drive, and it'll just change gear itself. Or you can come across and use the gearbox more like a manual, flipping up and down. Or you've also got paddles on the steering wheel as well, so you can change gear that way. Normally the gearbox is so good, just leave it in drive and it'll sort itself out. As with all modern BMWs nowadays, you get sat-nav as standard. So there's your sat-nav. If I zoom in and zoom out, you can see where we are. So we're based in the northwest of England. We're just in Cumbria, just at the southern edge of the Lake District, just sort of north of Morecambe Bay there. You can see where we are. So your car's got sat-nav. It's also got a DAB radio player, also a CD player. I know it's getting a bit of rarity nowadays, but you've still got a CD player. You've also got Bluetooth for your telephone, so you can do that. What else have you got on here? So you've got connected drive, so it tells you you connect it to your phone, so you can locate the car on your phone. You can lock and unlock it with the connected drive. It tells you the weather, not too bad here today. Obviously you've got your vehicles, and then obviously any notifications on there as well. Right, so CD player mentioned. You've also got these favourite buttons, which you can then program for people's phone numbers or places or radio stations. So you can just program on there. So if you want to dial your wife and you've got your wife as number 1, of course, press 1 and it'll dial, or number 2. You could have radio 2, or you could have number 8 as your work address. Press that, takes you to work. Obviously you know where you work. Why would you want to use sat-nav to get to work? Well, the sat-nav, if I go back into the sat-nav, here we go, also has a thing called real-time traffic information. Zoom in on there, you go. So real-time traffic information will allow it knows the traffic flow. So if there's an obstruction or a road closed on your route, it will give you the option to dynamically change your route and go whatever the fastest route is in that day. So when I go home, occasionally the motorway gets shut, so that will tell me, because it knows where I'm going, because I've told it I'm going home, the motorway's shut, and it'll direct me down the A roads, so I get there fairly on time. So it's a really nice little feature to have. The other nice feature the BMWs come with the standard nowadays is this SOS button. So if I was in need of emergency assistance, I can press this and then press that, and it will dial through to BMW Emergency Services. Or if I was unfortunate enough to have an accident and my airbags have deployed, this system kicks in automatically and they will contact me to say, are you all right? And if I don't answer, they'll just send the emergency services, and because the car's got GPS, they know where the car is when it had its accident. Nice little feature. Air conditioning, as you'd expect, standard air conditioning, dual zone, so no arguments for your passenger. Your passenger can have a different temperature to the driver. Let's put both are the same, or you can actually link them both to the same as well. Probably 20. Let's have 20 degrees. Heated seats are standard on this as well, so 3-stage. Don't need those today. Extra storage underneath here, so nice little storage tray, 12-volt supply in there. Drinks holders, always essential nowadays. What else we got down here? Traction control, turn it on and off. Driving modes, so if I go up to sport mode, it sort of sharpens the throttle response. The gears will be held for longer. Every time you start the car, it'll start in comfort, which is your kind of balance mode, and then if you're in fuel saving, you can go down to Eco Pro. Car will feel a bit slow and a bit sluggish, but will save you some money. Electronic handbrake, so looks like a normal handbrake. Pull to turn it on, push to turn it off. If you have it on, if you put it into gear, put your seatbelt on, it will then disengage automatically when you drive off. Eye controller, so this bit here controls this bit here. You also have the option to use the touch screen as well. Most people probably use the eye controller rather than the touch screen, but you have the option to use both. Armrest here, which you can adjust. Loads of storage underneath, and you've also got a USB port there to charge your phone, and you've also got extra storage in the armrest itself as well. Steering wheel, multifunction steering wheel, so we've got cruise control and speed limit on this side, which you can then set and resume. Speed limit's quite handy on the motorways. If you've got 50-mile-an-hour zones, speed cameras, average speed cameras, just stick that on speed limit of 50 and it'll stop you going over and getting a ticket. Over the other side, you've got the controls for the media, so you can select between your DAB, your Bluetooth, your CD player, etc. on there. Automatic wipers, zoomed in there, so press the button on the outside, green light comes on, in focus, and that's your automatic wipers on. And if I come down here, you've then got your automatic lights. So again, if I flick this over, automatic headlights, and then you've got your front and rear fog lights on there as well. What else have you got on the door? Central locking, so you can lock and unlock the doors from here as well. Down here you've got a button for the electric tailgate, which I'll show you when we go around. Electric mirrors, so you select left and right, and then this button folds them in. There you go. Electric windows all round, and you can lock the ones out in the back for kiddies. Stop them messing around with it. Right, let's have a look at the rest of the car. So one advantage of the X1 platform being a traverse engine, so the engine goes sort of in line with the axle as opposed to longitudinal where it would go at right angles to the axle, is you get loads and loads of leg room in the back. So you can just see how much leg room you've got in the back of this X1. So if you are carrying passengers, kids and stuff like that, they'll just love the space in here. Loads of storage as well, so you've got door pockets with drinks holders, you've got storage nets as well. And then again down here, keep the kids happy, you've got 2 USB-C chargers, so that allows data transfer and high-speed charging. 2 outer seats have got the ISOFIX, so if you're putting kids seats in, the 2 outer seats have got those. There is a third seat belt, it's just mounted in the roof there, so if you do need to carry 5 people in the car, 3 passengers across the back, it will. Obviously not quite as much room for the one in the middle. You know, also get an armrest and a couple of drinks holders in there as well. The other thing with this one, it's going to be difficult for me to demonstrate with one hand, but this rear bench, there's a little catch down here. This rear bench will slide backwards and forwards to allow you to sort of have a bigger boot space and less rear leg room if you need to. Right, coming around the back of the car, so there's your 18D, so that's your 2-litre diesel turbo, 150 brake horsepower. sDrive is your 2-wheel drive. You've got the twin exhaust out the back there as well. Electric tailgate, so you can open it by pressing the button, or you just press the button on the key. And there you go. So again, loads and loads of storage. You've got extra storage here, you've got a 12-volt supply. This button here folds the rear seats flat. You've got big boot, you've got extra storage underneath the boot as well. So you can have sort of 2 levels, getting more storage over this side. I call them curry hooks. you take away carry-on or shopping, etc. You can put on there. Closing the boot, again, you can use the key or just press the button. Come around this side again. There's beautiful diamond cut 18-inch wheels. Privacy glass, I mentioned that before. So you've got some privacy glass on the back. You can see the rear windows are slightly more tinted than the front windows. Rear seats, you can adjust the angle of the rear seat, so this bit here. So if you wanted to carry something bigger in the boot, you can do that, or pull it and have a different angle to other people. What else have you got in here? Loads and loads of room. We've got luggage nets. Really, really nice Dakota leather. Nice little perforations in there as well. Try and keep you cool when it gets hot. The trim on this is gloss black with the pearl chrome finish, which is really nice. Again, loads of storage in the door pockets there. Got them sort of matte chrome, matte aluminium roof rails on there. And I think that's about it really. So hope you enjoyed the video. This car is currently for sale. If it's of an interest, then give us a shout. Thanks for watching.